how to deal with tapping or losing on the BJJ mats in the academy or in competition. Hey guys, Coach Tom here today. We're looking at something that we all have to face: tapping, losing, whatever. Okay? Obviously, most of the time when we say losing in the academy is, of course, tapping. But of course, if you're in competition, you can lose without tapping, of course, points, advantages, decisions, etc. How do you deal with it? I think that's what separates the best guys from the worst guys. I have found that I've been able to help my students make rapid progress simply by trying to give them the best response to failure. Because all jiu-jitsu students, in my opinion, treat success the same way. If you start training and you start getting everybody with cross chokes or arm bars or foot locks or whatever your specialty is, it's success breeds success. As a human, you're just gonna wanna do those to as many people as you can, and it will work. And even if you stop doing them, when you're pushed, you'll go back to doing them. So they'll continue to become honed and sharpened. So what was once a dull blade will be a very fine point, a very dangerous weapon for you, because you're gonna keep doing it because it works. What I think separates though, just the average guy in a gym, and from my experience, and I've trained like at lots of places around Australia and overseas, is all gyms are tough. Like all gyms are basically really good, and there's really good guys in pretty much all gyms in the world. And even if someone might not be a good competitor, they might be an absolute stud with something, they just don't choose to compete, or they can't do well in competition. And I've really seen though that the guys who are like the true stars to be, you know, the guys that are the champions, all seem to do two things in common. And here they are. The first one is when they do get tapped, they don't take it too personally per se. They're not really bad losers. Like I admire them all as characters because they took it on the chin, so to speak. But, and this is a big but, they also more or less made a plan in their head why that would never happen to them again. So for me, the best competitors and the best performers on the mats are guys that I see that don't stay up at night because their mate armbarred them tonight. They went home, they learned about the armbar, they learned about armbar escapes, they took responsibility for why it happened, and then they said, you know what, I should get a good armbar too. And so then you get a person who becomes really double dangerous, because they not only say, I never want to get caught in an armbar again, but they also then say, I'm going to catch people in armbars. So instead of just trying to fix a weakness, they're going to fix a weakness and add a strength. All right? So they're the two things that I would recommend you do when you lose. Okay? So make sure when you lose, just take it on the chin. Take responsibility for it. You could have had an injury, you could have tapped because it was a neck crank, not a choke. I don't care. Don't talk. Take it on the chin. Tell your partner, good job, good submission. And then write in your training diary or when you go home, your escape. Next time. How are you going to stop it occurring next time? Okay? You're not going to let him pass your guard. You're not going to let him put a hand in your collar. Whatever it is. And then next time you train, you have to try to do that technique. So if you got cross-choke, you have to cross-choke someone. And if you can do those two things, and then not care about whether you get tapped on the mat and just use this as your impetus, like getting tapped as your rocket fuel for jiu-jitsu progress, you're gonna have a happy career on the mats, because we're gonna have good nights, guys. You're gonna tap everyone, and you're gonna have bad nights, and you're gonna get tapped by everybody. But the secret is, when you have a good night, everything's great. When you have the bad night, that's what makes a champion. In my experience, the best guys, whether they compete or not, the best guys are the guys who, when they have a bad night, their best night is the next training session. So I like that. I like to tell guys, you know, like jiu-jitsu's like that. And so when you're up here, everything feels great. When you're down here, it feels really bad. But you know what that means? That means it's going up. That's the best stage. When you're up here, it can only really go down, maybe a little bit up, but then it will go down. But when you're at that rock bottom, when you feel like, oh my God, all I've done is tap, guess what? That's when it's gonna go up. So keep that in mind, guys. I'm Coach Tom. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching the video, guys. For more videos, click here. To subscribe to this channel to get all of our awesome videos, click here. And if you'd like to have our hour-long series for free on footlocks and how to defend footlocks and leg attacks of all kinds, please click here. I'm Coach Tom, guys. I'll see you next time.